I wanted to start with Cal Ritchie. We're going to talk about the lineup too, because they made some lineup changes. But I think we start with Cal Ritchie, who has now played 2 games with the New York Islanders tonight or last night, depending on when you're listening to this.
Right.
He played 13 minutes, I believe. I don't have this sorted. 13:56 in ice time after playing 16 minutes and 17 seconds in his debut. What are your early takeaways here?
Great stuff from him. Didn't do anything. Well, he did one thing, eye popping. It just didn't pop off type of thing. But like, there's nothing on the stat sheet that goes, at least in the overall numbers, there's no goals, there's no assists. Did he even get a shot on net? He may have got one. I don't know.
He did get one shot tonight.
Okay. But it's his overall play that has been fantastic. And it looked good, but the underlying numbers look really good. Maybe not for him just individually, but I just wanted to look at how effective his line was out there. Okay. And they had a 92% Corsi for 12 shot attempts or whatever, 4-1 against in 10 minutes of ice time of the line of Jonathan Drouin, Callum Ritchie, and Kyle Palmieri. Expected goals, 83% at 0.4 to 0.08. They gave up absolutely nothing out there. And they were the best line in terms of relative, both Corsi at 32% and expected goals at 15%. They're the best line in terms of keeping the play going forward in the offensive zone. Friggin' love it.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he adds to this lineup on a consistent basis. It's only been 2 games, but I think with how much he played on night 1, and then at the end of the first game, he moves to center. He centered a line number 2 today. He played with it was Jonathan Drouin and Kyle Palmieri, which in the second segment we'll get into really the full lineup changes and what it looks like top to bottom. But just talking about, like, they felt comfortable enough to move him off of the wing in game 1, started game 2 at center on the second line, playing 13, nearly 14 minutes for a second game in a row here. They clearly like what they're seeing from this guy. I get it. It's only 2 games, very small sample size, that you can't say anything definitively about a player through 2 games, but I think he's doing enough to prove that he belongs in the NHL.
Yeah. And enough where he's not going back, as you're saying, to the AHL. I don't think he's going to get to stay there until January, which makes the possibility of Jean-Gabriel Pageau being traded sooner rather than later a lot higher. They're still going to wait it out. I don't think they're going to trade JG tomorrow just because, well, Callum Ritchie's doing okay. No, let JG ride a high here and let him cook, because then that price is going even higher. But this kid is underlying stuff in terms of playing the right way, is doing exactly what the coaches want him to. The production isn't there, but it will be. It's just a matter of time. We said that about Bo Horvat at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because he doesn't have a point yet through his first 2 games, but I feel like he's doing the little things right, where you could kind of tell, like, okay, it's only a matter of time before the points start to come. And tonight, he showed off a couple of really nice moves in the offensive end. But I wanted to point back to his first game with the Islanders 2 nights ago, where he honestly looked completely different on that second power play. Like, play along the boards, I think completely added a new element to this power play that excites me almost as much as what he also did in the other 2 games, like moving off of wing and going to center. Like, that's impressive for a guy who's playing his second game with the team. But how they trusted him to put him out there on the power play, and him having a noticeable impact on the power play, is just like that extra little touch for me.
Yeah, because that's important, right? Your game 5-on-5, obviously massively more important than your game on the power play. But we've struggled so heavily on the power play that to add an extra element there that is giving you something that we didn't have before, just some decent puck management and movement on that second unit that is, arguably devoid of quality, because most of it is on that first unit. That's an extra little, like, tipping point over the edge, going, like, he's got to stay. Not only is he doing everything 5-on-5, but now he's giving you power play stuff. There's no reason for him not to play. We didn't get to see that tonight, as you mentioned, because, well, we were so wildly effective on the first power play. And in the second one, it wasn't very long. It was 40 seconds of power play time. So we didn't really get a whole lot of time to get that second unit out to begin with. And even then, the second time we went out there, we still didn't actually have the power play because no one wanted to jump over the goddamn boards.
No, that was bizarre. I don't know why that was the thing at the end of the game. They won, doesn't matter. We don't have to worry about it nearly as much if they lost the game. I think it would have been a much bigger talking point.
Sure.
But for Cal Ritchie, hell yeah, like clearly having an impact through 2 games. And I kind of like that, on the post game, just kind of working our way backwards for a second, but it'll make sense. Something I said about Patrick Waugh is that I'm undecided on him. I'm not out on him, and I'm not like, this is absolutely the guy who's going to be the coach for the next 3 years. That's not where I am. I'm kind of in undecided land. But something that I like that he is doing is he is very clearly giving the younger guys an opportunity, right? How many games has Matthew Schaefer played? 26 minutes. Cal Ritchie in his first game plays 16 minutes.
Yeah.
We're used to an Islanders team who would call up a prospect and they'd get 7 minutes and 40 seconds a night and then get back to Bridgeport 2 days later.
Yeah, you sucked. And you're like, well, if you didn't really give me a chance, man, like, you're awful. You're that one shift you had against Sidney Crosby, you sucked. Yeah, man, everyone does. Everyone. What do you want me to do with that? Very much not the case here, as you're saying with Patrick Waugh, like putting him out there to just cook. Just go out there and show me what you can do. And the kids are obviously feeling that confidence from their coach, and they're going out there and performing, at least with the 2 guys. And maybe it's unfair because these guys, their ceiling is already high. So the expectation is that they could do things as we're seeing right now. But the fact that they're already there is just extra exciting because they're only going to get better.